We have an email from Mark in Burlington who has a question first for Dan Freilich, who says, in an earlier appearance on Vermont Public Radio, I heard you say that Israel was the victim in the flotilla attacks where Israeli soldiers murdered 9 humanitarian aid workers trying to provide humanitarian aid to the Palestinians. Can you explain more about your views on this situation?
Thank you for the call. Mark, I think that's somewhat of a misstatement. What I think is very important is to recognize from a holistic, bigger scheme, bigger understanding of the Middle East, that Israel has tried and pursued peace and the peace process for decades now, and to no avail. When Prime Minister Barak offered 90-something% of the West Bank in order to create a two-state solution, that was rejected because the Palestinians at the time wanted 100%. And this has happened repeatedly. What I said was that it was sad, it was unfortunate, it was tragic that there was loss of life. But what ends up happening anytime a country, a person, an entity has their back against a wall and in self-defense, they will often kick back too hard. And I think the commandos in the flotilla made a mistake, and this kind of thing happens when there's violence. I think when Hamas and the other opponents will renounce violence, when they will say that they are for a two-state solution and they will remove the extinction of Israel from their charter, Israel will have a chance to have peace and the United States will gain as a consequence.
Patrick Leahy, can you talk a little bit about your position on Palestinian-Israeli issues?
Certainly, and I was glad to hear Dr. Freilich backtrack from his earlier statement because I think the world knew, and ultimately Israel knew, that they overreacted on that aid. They've alienated, I hope not irrevocably, one of their best friends in the area, Turkey. I applaud Israel in being willing, finally, after a great deal of pressure from around the world, to join in an open investigation of what happened. This is not a thing that's going to help bring about peace. I am committed to the structure of the state of Israel and to its security, but they are also going to have to work more directly with the people in the region to bring about that.